Hey guys, this is Victor, and today I have something a little bit different for you. A tool to help you open your mind more to manifestation. This is called the Council of Nine. It's a square of nine squares. And you use this to develop your own codex. And it's kind of an ancient tool, not developed by me. But anyway, let me walk you through this and show you. So this is to help you with meditation, to help you focus on yourself, to kind of get deeper into yourself. And it can really be a pretty amazing tool. So let's just move forward. I'll talk more and explain more as I move through this. And so we have these squares, right? And the top three squares are blue, and they're going to represent your spirit, okay? The middle are green, and they represent your mind and or your mentality, right? And then the bottom red ones are your body or your physicality, the physical world. And so we're going to do some things with these squares to kind of just create this. Again, we call it like a codex, basically a manuscript, something that you use to bring you deeper into yourself. And so what you're going to do, you're going to look at these boxes, and the first thing is, let's take spirit, for example. You want to imagine three different things to represent past, future, and present of your spirit. These can be anything. They can be glyphs, notions, ideas, words, pictures, images, whatever. And so you want to get in and kind of explore this idea and think about things. And so you think about your spirit in the past, in the present, and in the future, and try to come up with something to represent that you would hold in these blue boxes. Okay, so for example, like for me, I got the idea of an aquamarine gem to represent my past, the spirit of my past, and a dragon to represent my current spirit, and maybe pure light or infinity or something to represent my future spirit. And so I'll do these images, and it works really well if you're more creative and you can draw these things out. I'm a little bit limited in doing a presentation here. I'm just choosing kind of convenient images to give you just an example. So anyway, another thing, when you're doing this, sometimes we write the ending first. So don't let past, present, and future force you into some kind of scripted sequential idea. Don't be afraid to mix things up, move things around, right? Just like sometimes when people write a novel, they write the ending first, and then they figure out how they got there. Okay, so the same thing applies here when you're dealing with these concepts, and whether you're looking at the spirit part or the mind part or the body part, allow yourself to explore ideas without limits on that kind of stuff, right? And so now you're going to go through and you want to do this for all 9 boxes like this, right? So again, for me, I throw some ideas out there, and then so I view my mind maybe in the past as kind of being caged in a cage, right? So I can grab a cage for an image, and then the current mind is kind of a snake eating its own tail, right? We kind of get caught in a loop of chasing endless intellectual knowledge that never really leads us to the actual truth. So again, this is my kind of image that I'm using at the moment. And then I'd like to think of my future mind more as a doorway or a gateway that can lead me to many further explorations of my spirit and this world, etc. The body, right? So maybe it starts with DNA, for example, in the past. And I love the symbol phi, which represents the golden ratio, and how all nature kind of evolves according to the golden ratio and phi, or the Fibonacci sequence. So again, I'm a bit more scientific, a bit more mathematical. So my images will represent kind of me, right? More creative people will have more artistic things that they will use for themselves. And then for the future, maybe I imagine something more subatomic where the body has no limits, kind of where we can kind of manifest any kind of physical existence. Anyway, again, just examples. The idea is you create this, you spend some time doing this, and what you're doing when this is happening is you're only thinking about yourself, right? So you're going down a rabbit hole of you. You're focusing on you, and this is a great meditative tool, and this helps to open up your intuition, your manifestation, etc. And so it can be pretty cool. So you build this, right? This is how you develop your own personal codex. And again, use anything for this imagery, right? Glyphs, shapes, notions, ideas, words that you can write here, whatever. Explore, right? So you use this idea of the spirit, mind, and body, past, present, future, and you explore you. And right, and once that codex is complete, now anytime you look at it, it reminds you of the journey you took to create it. It's a journey into yourself. And supposedly, this really does work. It really does help people to manifest better, to improve their intuition, to get more insight, and to increase synchronicity, things like that. So look into yourself. Look into yourself with love, of course, with gratitude. Appreciate why you're here, who you are, etc. And just enjoy the journey. I hope this becomes a helpful tool for you. And I look forward to your questions, and maybe share some of your codexes with me if they're not too personal, okay? Thanks for watching. Have a good day.